But I have long-term girlfriends who, for 5 years, for 7 years, for 3 years, who will tell you that I never beat them.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did reach out to one of those ex-girlfriends, and she said to me, and I quote, bah. Sorry. That was a bit of an easy one. Good afternoon, everybody. The Irish Demon here, back with another video, and welcome back to the Demon Cave. Now, I've been missing for a couple of days, and the reason for that is quite simple. I came down with the old lager lurgy. But yeah, basically, I have not been feeling too well at all. But as tough as I've had it over the past few days, and it's been rough. I have not had it as bad as this poor guy. I mean, it's one thing to essentially lose your freedom to a bit of sickness and be stuck inside and not able to go to Germany with your friends and not able to go to the vintage rally at the weekend and drive a really cool little sports car and being stuck at home with Mrs. Demon nonstop. But it's something else altogether to lose a friend and a protege to the other side. Well, you know what they say, folks? Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies toaster. Now, why is he wearing these gorgeous red glasses? Because I'm in full alpha male mode while I do this video. Today, we're having a look at, of course, Chili De Castro. But my heart aches for him, for he has lost his friend. Let's get stuck right into it, shall we? Welcome to the show, Chili. Please tell me, how does it feel knowing that your friend turned his backs on you?
You know, it's just so, it's depressing. It's a little sad. You know what I mean? Because you try to be a genuine person and be friends with people, and the truth is that everybody has an agenda. What's going on? So, you know, it looks like, so I'll just give full disclosure. I filed a harassment restraining order against one of the trolls today, and then in courtroom today for the troll was someone who I thought was my friend. So, you know, it is what it is.
Well, this is exactly what happens when you hang around with that kind of person. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either, man. I'm not surprised at all one bit. It is what it is. I'm just going to change this for now.
But would you not say that maybe your own flaws kind of brought this whole thing about? The way you acted in that video, for example.
No matter what my own personal flaws are, which we all have some, you know, what they're trying to do, the people are trying to paint me as a woman beater for pushing a woman off of me. And then the funny part is if you watch videos that are calling me a woman beater, for some reason, miraculously, the couple of moments before I push the girl off of me, they don't show her falling on top of me. It doesn't get seen.
Might be something to do with the fact that that never happened. It's very hard to show video footage of something that didn't happen. Observe this video footage of an elephant coming through my wall. Oh wait, you can't because it didn't happen.
And, you know, you can only run into me so many times before I'm going to say, get off of me. So they want to paint me out to be some woman beater. But I have long-term girlfriends who, for 5 years, for 7 years, for 3 years, who will tell you that I never beat them. I don't beat women. It's just, but they're trying to make me out to be something that I'm not. Because the truth is that they're, you know, the right way to focus is on overturning Terry versus Ohio. It's not qualified immunity. It's not.
Back up the truck. How did we get from, I swear to God, guys, I'm not a woman beater. Anyway, Terry and Ohio. That's what really matters, isn't it? Not the fact that I evidently shoulder checked this pregnant lady to try to look like a tough guy with my Sally Jesse Raphael glasses on. Look, let's call a spade here, guys. I think the whole woman beater thing is a bit over the top. And this kind of thing actually kind of pisses me off a little bit. Because if you want to condemn somebody for doing something and then you jump to the most extreme version of what it is they've done, then all we do is lessen what's actually happened.
Remember, people who only portray you in a negative light are not your friend.
Wow, that is both life-changing and profound. Remember that people who portray you in a negative light are not your friend. That's kind of the definition of not your friend.
Of course, I wish I had done things differently. I do. I wish I had just ran away. I do. I've ran away from people before with my legs because I'm super fast, but I didn't. I made a mistake. I should have ran away. I should have just turned and ran away from a sticky booger troll. That's what I should have done. And in the future, that is what I'll do.
Translation: I thought that the troll was going to be way, way worse and force me to defend myself. When they didn't, I generated that situation for myself and unfortunately didn't have the video footage to back that up and made myself look like a total tit. So yeah, I'm just gonna like pretend that, you know, that never happened and we're gonna move on. Not so fast, Sally Jesse Raphael. You saying that this lady doing exactly what you and most other auditors do is now harassment? Rules for thee but not for me?
Oh yeah, I mean, she was definitely harassing me, but it doesn't matter because the other person filming, they edited it so you only show my reactions. They never showed what she did. And if you've seen me face down cops and you've seen me face down full-grown men, then all of a sudden I'm gonna lose my mind on a troll. It doesn't add up.
Yeah, that's a real cool narrative and all, but evidently it does add up if you just happen to watch the video. You went scorched earth from the outset. It was obvious that you were trying to get a reaction for clicks and views, and it didn't go in your favor when your friend fronted court for you and showed the footage that that person had. It evidently showed that you were in the wrong. But of course that must mean that there's conspiracy against you. It can't just be the suspension of reality to suit your narrative. No, that would never do. Obviously he works for the other side. There's obviously now, right?
And you know what? I just found that because yesterday I had a friend, and then today that friend went to court against me. There it is. I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, that's just, didn't say anything. It made no statement, made no comments, but went to court for another person that I was pressing a harassment restraining order against. Yeah, really did. Really actually did. I was not only blown away, I was hurt, and I can show you what I said. I said, I'm actually gonna go to AT&T and change my number today so that I can't get trolled on this number anymore.
How could that person, or actually, how could you, as a free-thinking professor of whatever it is that you claim to be in the law, all these free thinkers, and you don't want the person to think freely for themselves, if that person thought you were in the wrong and wanted to go in there and support the other person because of the fact that you were in the wrong and they support the law, etc., then surely you'd support that, right? The same way as you support everybody else's First Amendment right until it goes against you somehow, or it hurts your feelings, or tiptoes on your little ego. For example, threatening to take down people's channels who play videos about you, or trying to shut Kate down, or basically anybody else who isn't you. You're an ego monster. Just own it.
Someone else called me, who's a popular channel that you guys have probably all watched, and said, I told you. He said, I told you. I said, that's what he said to me. I said, that's what he said to me.
Now, I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but that sounds like a man who's making up a story.
I said, that's what he said to me.
And then, you know, this really famous guy that you're like, obviously you all know, rang me and was like, you know, so and that's what he said.
That's what he said to me.
Okay, well, what did he say? But I just told you. Like, what more do you want from me, man? But you didn't actually tell us what he said. But, dude, that's what he said, okay? He's famous, so believe me. Believe me.
That's what he said to me.
I'm the one with the red glasses now.
3 people have all called me today and say, I told you, dude. I told you. But because I gave them my word, I would not release their names. I won't do it. I won't do it. But remember, these folks are involved in getting more comments, more likes, more followers. And if this person turns on me as they did, then they're going to double their following, because they're going to get some of the bootlickers. They're going to get some of the other guys, subscribers who are for anarchism or volunteerism, but can't back up a single argument, you know. And so you're going to gain as far as YouTube goes. You're going to gain. And that's what I kept thinking is, why did you release a video that only showed half of it and only the bad half, where I clearly, you know, could have done it better. Clearly, I could have done it better.
Now, I know I'm going to get flayed over a carriage just for saying that I actually genuinely agree with him here. And this is something that people need to be very mindful when it comes to the YouTube sphere. We saw this just this last week. I needn't mention the name of the individual because you've all kind of seen it already. Changing sides and throwing and slinging crap at other creators is definitely a huge way that a lot of these people grow on YouTube. Now, you might say I'm doing the same thing here. Not at all. I'm pointing this guy out and I'm laughing at him. That's what I've always done. That's what I'll always do. We all know who I'm talking about. The other day, thought it'd be a great idea to switch sides, turn his back on people, act like the tough man because that's what's going to get me more clicks and views. And it backfired horribly.
I got something right here you can suck on. How about that?
Now, the reality of it is this is big business for a lot of these guys, so it makes a lot of sense to generate this drama. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not saying necessarily in this case, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this drama isn't intentionally generated. Of course it is. I mean, we've all seen it. But where he's got a good point is if this guy that was with him, the guy who turned his back on him or whatever, was to turn around and go, hey guys, you know, spending a day out with this guy, I've just realized that I've been on the wrong side all this time. And if that guy then came out and made videos from, you know, inside their secret lair, i.e. a van somewhere, and then was like, guys, I was wrong all this time. I'm now not on the auditor's side, and started making videos anti-auditor, chances are that guy would do really well on YouTube. Now, that's not a hint. I'm just saying that's the reality. So he has got a good point here. But it's a bit fanciful, to be quite honest. Anybody could say that. One of my friends here on YouTube could turn on me right now, probably generate a whole load of excitement, and then it would fizzle out. And their channel wouldn't necessarily see any major benefit from it. Fact is, we're better when we work together, even with those we don't get on with. And I think there's a genuinely good lesson in there. But in his case, I think it's just fanciful. What he wanted to happen didn't happen. He wanted this person that he thought that was his friend would go in there and lie for him. Let me give you an example. We got Johnny O from The Plot Hole, we got JL Warren, and a host of other people who are really good friends of this channel. I would never expect any of them ever to lie on my behalf. Not a hope. Because I respect them too much, because they are my friends. Now, I know they'd have my back, but I would never expect them to lie for me, and that's the biggest mistake this guy made. Maybe Chili De Castro, just maybe, that other guy, Josh, happens to just have more integrity than you. Maybe he took it seriously when he went into a court of law and took an oath to tell the truth and then proceeded to tell the truth. And if you are not man enough to see that and to own up to that, then you're nothing. Then you go, you have your cry into your little Sally Jesse Raphael glasses. You go window shopping for new platform shoes and go take some jiu-jitsu or something. Because Kate was all over you, man. But anyway, folks, I have enough of this guy for now. There's a lot more to this video. We'll probably just go through it someday soon on a live stream. Thankfully, I am feeling much better. I still am a bit sick. Here in Ireland, you're not required to stay at home, even if you are positive. Look, personally, I don't want to be going out there spreading it. I've got a couple of neighbors who are quite elderly, who are, you know, at risk. And I don't want to be going out there spreading that. My parents are a little bit older. Sorry, Mom. I won't use the word elderly. And my aunt is visiting from Scotland. So as soon as I'm clear, I cannot wait to have them over here for a barbecue. It's going to be fantastic. I got to tell you guys, I've been making this video now for about an hour and a half. I know I got a couple hours of editing and stuff like that left to go. And I got to say, I feel good. You know, a bit of rest, a bit of relaxation, and having friends. Unlike somebody, sorry. But having friends that are, you know, helping me at the moment has just been awesome. And, you know, a few shout outs I just wanted to give, you know, something I haven't really done properly in a while. Number one, first and foremost, my partner in crime here in the sick cabin, Mrs. Demon. She's been just as sick, in fact, sicker than I am. And has been a great helper. We've been helping each other a lot. You know, day one, my brother came down with stuff for us. You know, my parents, my other brother's bringing us a new TV because my TV broke. Or maybe I broke it when I dropped it, when I shouldn't have been carrying it because I could barely lift a cup of tea to my lips. But hey, if you want to watch TV in bed, you want to watch TV in bed. You got to make things happen. And what I made happen was breaking the TV. But anyway, moving on. My buddy Ryan, another person who came all the way down on the bike to bring us down some stuff after a long day of work. I really appreciate that. Not to mention all the texts, the kind messages. You know, my friends Dee and John in Australia who are looking after something really important for me right now, something that was a year in the making, and I can't thank them enough for the amazing amount of work they've done. All of you for sending me messages, and a very special shout out to my good friend, and I mean that, really good friend, the Triggered Limey, went out of his way and worked his delicious little arse off to make a video for this channel yesterday. If you want to check that out, it'll be linked in the description down below. He is just endlessly funny. He's a genuinely great man, and he's just a really good friend, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, lads and lassies, I am now going to probably go and shake in the corner for the next hour and a half while sipping on orange juice. Then I'll get up and edit this video, and hopefully be conscious for the stream later this evening. If I feel good and I've got energy, I'm just going to do a regular old live stream and catch up with you all. But be prepared for me to just dip right out. But anyway, folks, with that, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. We'll catch you next time. Sláinte.